Hey friends, hope your week is going well. We're hopefully looking forward right now to being able to see each other, maybe sit down at a restaurant, see a movie at a theater, and of course go to church. But the reality is, for better or worse, it will likely not be business as usual for most of us or even all of us. It will likely look a bit different and feel a bit different. And that's okay. So let's talk a little bit about what the Bible might tell us and what I've seen others talking about in this midweek moment. Friends, our Easter celebration happened not very long ago, and I have to keep thinking about the disciples. All the disciples, not just those 12. All the disciples who now find themselves wondering, now what? Even though Jesus rose, made appearances that we'll talk about later on this Sunday, and even later he ascended, and the disciples many times, I feel, found themselves with an attitude of, now what? They were accustomed to Jesus leading the charge. Jesus did the teachings. Jesus made the travel arrangements. Jesus dealt with the authorities. Jesus provided the meals, and so on and so forth. And now they're trying to figure out business as usual. And they quickly learn it's not business as usual. Their spirits will be tested. Their faith will be put to the test. They'll have to hide and figure out the right times to go into hiding and then to go serve. For the disciples, the mission goes on, but the process changes. Their passion changes. But their passion changes for a good reason. Their passion changes because they know that God has equipped them for great things. They know that how serious these things are that Jesus was teaching them. They know how important telling everyone the gospel story really is. And maybe most importantly, they now know how important and valuable love is. So it's not business as usual. And it will not be for us. It is business as fresh. Business as a fresh perspective. Life as a fresh perspective. Purpose as a fresh perspective, and our friends as a fresh perspective, our family as a fresh perspective, work as a fresh perspective. Do I have to go on? But I found a post. I want to share a post with you. It has thoughts in it, has some prayers in it, and I'm going to share it with you. Many of you probably have seen it, and there's videos made about it that you might have also seen. But I'm simply going to read that. And the post goes something like this. For weeks, I've heard people saying, I just can't wait for things to get back to normal. I remember even saying that a few times myself. But as I've thought about our current situation, I've realized how much I don't want things to go back to the way they were. Here are just a few of my thoughts, the writer says. I pray that the next time a friend grabs me and pulls me in for a hug, I actually take the time to appreciate the gift of their embrace. I pray that when school resumes and you're dropping your kids off, you take the time to thank the staff for the amazing gift that they give to your family. I pray that the next time I'm sitting in a crowded restaurant, I take the time to look around at the smiling faces, loud voices, and thank God for the gift of community. And I pray that the next time I'm standing in church, listening to the voices of praise and taking communion, that I take a moment to thank God for the gift of congregation. I pray that the next time I see a person or situation that needs prayer, I hope I pray as passionately and fervently as I have these past few weeks. I pray that when I'm at the grocery store, that I take a moment to thank God that He provides us with the necessities of life and the amazing people who work so hard to keep us supplied. I pray that I never again take for granted the ability to hop in a car and visit a friend, go to the mall, take my kid to a movie, etc. So truth is, the writer says, I don't want things to return to the way they once were. I pray that we take the lessons and challenges of the past few weeks and create a new normal. My goal is to pray more, the writer says, love harder, and truly appreciate the daily abundance of blessings that were so easily overlooked just a mere few weeks ago. If someone tells you they love you, take it to heart. That ends that reading. But friends, while I didn't come up with what I just read, I wholeheartedly believe and agree with those words. So, as we prepare to normalize our lives back into the way things were, will you join me in living up to that attitude and diligence of prayer, hope, faith, and love that we spoke just a moment ago, as we seek a fresh perspective on life and as we proceed with business as fresh? Peace and grace, friends. Amen.